All right, guys, I'm back. Just trying to get into the swing of things, as I always say. But yep, I am working on chapter 15. You can pause this if you want. I'm not here to read it. I'm here to move on and actually cover a few things, actually, for once. So, this is related to chapter 15, and this is
So a few
disgusting.
months back, we covered this story here. This article was in The Guardian.
This is devastating, guys, and this is only a piece of this actual freaking groomer, the true groomers that are actually in this world.
Former Trump spiritual advisor faces
The
charges of
Epstein
lewd
Edge.
acts with a child. Texas megachurch founder Robert Morris indicted in Oklahoma on 5 counts over alleged misconduct in 1982. So they go on to explain that at the time he was 21 years old.
It's always spiritual types, guys. And, I will slowly make the case if you haven't already seen the rest of my writings. The Myth of Family ends up explaining my writings. It's creative writing. So I don't mean to talk like I'm not the writer here. I am. Uh, yeah. I kind of make the case that elites are slowly taking away uh, childhood freedoms and like safety guards as the birth rate declines because we were supposed to walk a very specific script.
And he diddled a 12-year-old. 12.
Yeah.
Trump spiritual advisor. Okay. Um, Guys, this is only one of countless stories with the same goddamn theme. And the theme I'm talking about is hardcore MAGA ends up being a child sex pest, hardcore MAGA, or conservative Christian, like super religious evangelical, and they get caught in the same predicament, right? It happens time and time again. So now,
Yes, we essentially saw this like years ago, like knowing that politicians were doing this, like with Rudy Giuliani. That's as far back as my memory goes, being exposed to politicians being pedophiles.
one we did a few months back, we just got this one the other day. South Carolina Representative R.J. May has been charged with distributing sexual abuse material involving children. He allegedly used the screen name Joe Biden with a bunch of N's 69 to exchange 220 different files of toddlers and young children involved in sex acts. What the fuck?
Did this dude think nobody was gonna check the fucking IP address of this person? This is it's actually just stupid. They were looking to get caught, I think.
What the fuck? Let me tell you something, y'all. You don't have to dig deep to start seeing the laundry list of these types of people being caught red-handed. In fact, here's one for you. This is what you're seeing here is just a bunch of different headlines
Oh, hold on. Sorry, a car was going by.
over time that talk about. Okay, one that says QAnon follower and former MAGA congressional candidate.
Alright, so you get the gist of this creative writing, part 15 of The Myth of Family, part 4. So, moving on here. So, touching on this a little bit, there doesn't seem to be an end to what Trump is doing in terms of misuse of the military. Like the hands off protests in LA and elsewhere for 6 months around the country, in fact, Lowell, Lowell, and Worcester County. So it's not, it's actually very close to home if you ask me. So, anyways. So yeah, LA and the rest of the country, it seemed like it was just an experiment to test democracy as more of the country pushes for another target, as this article lays out, uh, some being the homeless scapegoat. Uh, so Trump's yes men in the form of Stephen Miller, Caroline Levitt, and Pete Hegseth to remove people from Washington, D.C., simply that it would, quote, save civilization, but like it seems like a lot of these people won't go into detail about what's actually going on, but we know where this is going. The green light to deport, transfer, and remove, initially given by global security CEO Charles A. Marino in his book Terrorists at the Border and in Our Country. And I read this, it's an amazing book. Like, even if it's true what's happening, what ICE is doing, it's not protectionism. It's not doing anything to save us. Innocent people are being locked away. So, and there's actually a obviously like anti-left bias. He's a right winger, obviously. It's just he super goes into like the left just want to drain whiteness of the nation. You know, it's that type of scree. Like he talks about it factual. He talks about the facts that that you can see, like increased violent crime nationwide, etc. But pointing out that uh, activists and the left and everybody is just out to cause all this chaos in America. So we've heard this before. It's just it's interesting to read the global security CEO saying it actually. All right. So this was always on the playbook to be removed. Of course, Obergefell v. Hodges was up next, I believe. So, but as the saying goes, they weren't going to stop at Roe. We've seen Executive Order Doge remove HIV medication with the help of RFK Jr. It's not up for speculation. The political climate says it all that this is going to happen. So, just touching on this really quickly, there's claims that Trump has slaves in Dubai. Uh, it's not him, but big business using abusive labor practices. The images we have seen from floating online sweatshops, suicide nets, uh, guards on horseback to protect agriculture, and retirement bumped to the 70s as a form of pension reform slavery. I'll die on that hill. To blackmail the elderly for the birth rate to automation ratio. Just like the airline deregulation that we noticed planes falling out of the sky, despite the process being incremental since the Bush years. Uh, I remember when Beyonce was was getting praise, but it turned out her girl power movement met its influence with the outsourcing of cheap labor with business as usual. You know, a woman doing her dirty work and building her clothes. So even if Trump said, I'm doing slavery, guys, it's all right, he would still be president, and his popularity couldn't be any lower due to his fascist tendencies and mass deregulation. So it's crazy to make this up. There's so much already on him. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe.